beautiful people, and happy Saturday. Good evening to you all. I am Mrs. Best. Welcome to the channel. We are here to go over This is Poly, Season 1, Episode 3. I do normally do this review in the morning on Sundays, but I have a lot of reviews I have to get out, so I am here early because of that. I do hope that everybody that is watching or who is here does consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It is an easy and free way to support the channel. I also want to say thank you to anybody who does stop by and watch the review and all of those good things. And a big welcome to anybody who was here just joining. All of those good things. I am sorry to go live on a Saturday evening. I try to do this in the morning, but I'm here when I'm here. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. What's poppin', Shada? Welcome in. I hope you are having a good Saturday. I am looking forward to shipping it through this review. I told James I cannot wake up no more early on the weekends. Lord, because during the week I'd be up from I believe 5 a.m. to a strong 1 a.m. the next day. I'd be needing sleep. Anywho, you guys, let's get into the ignorance that is This is Poly. It is a lot that happened in this video, so much. Before I forget though, since Shayna is here, she is, I believe, one of the creators that's in the link of the description of this video. I always try to shine a light on other great creators, especially Black creators, and those who support us. Shayna supports a lot of creators, so give her a subscribe. If you already subscribed, like the video or like a video of hers. If you don't see a video you like, then pick one, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then click hype and hype her up. But do something. Well, let's get into This is Poly. This episode was titled My Wife's Fiance. I said, my God, not the wife's fiance. I was curious. I was like, is Cammy going to get engaged to Nita? Because I was like, wife's fiance where? But then I realized when watching the episode that we have a new couple that lives in a land of delusion. I don't even know if they live in a land of delusion, but they live somewhere that's real ignorant. Hello to you, Courtney. Welcome in. You guys can subscribe to this channel as well. Check out High Vibes Candle LLC. I'm excited for my candle. I'm excited because I just one of them I burnt to the end and the other one I fucked up. That's a long story, but I'm happy to get another candle. But Cammy, Nita, and Trent, we're gonna start with them. Unfortunately, y'all, we going straight to hell pretty fast. They're doing something called solo adventures, and I was like, "What is a solo adventure? What is that?" I was watching this with my husband. I had to look at him and say, "Don't ever ask me for this. Don't ever ask me for polyamory." I had to tell him. He was laughing. I said, "No, I'm serious. Don't ever ask me for this. Just don't." Because solo adventures, to me, was taking it somewhere different. So Cammy, Nita, and Trent, this more so seems like the idea of Cammy. She says she wants to do solo adventures in their polycule. So they're a throuple. That's what their official title is because it's 3 people involved. But their situation is weird because Cammy and Trent have been married for 36 years, they said. I'm so sorry. I hate to do this on live. I'm itching. However, now that they're in this throuple, they're trying out having a third person in the marriage. In addition to that, they're doing solo adventures, which is where once a month, Cammy, Trent, and Nita, separate from each other, can go on a date and have sex with a random person of their choosing, which I was like, huh? What is the point of saying you're in a relationship if you're going outside of it? Now, I understand polyamory if it's 4 people and those 4 people are only romantically involved and sexually involved with each other. But when you have the 3 people that are Cammy, Trent, and Nita, 2 of them are legally married. One of them is trying to overcome a meth addiction and is still drinking alcohol in the house with black boho braids. And now you guys are allowed to sleep with whoever, but only once a month to prevent gaining feelings. I'm like, This is weird. I don't know if that was weird to y'all. She said, Mr. Best said, how he get it? I looked at him and was just like, don't ever. He's like, huh? Because I'm like, how does this happen? I can't imagine being married for that long and then having a discussion like, hey, I want to have a third person in the relationship. Is weird. And I think it's even more weird with Cammy, Nita, and Trent, because Cammy is straight, Trent is straight, Nita is very much so lesbian. So she wants and prefers sex with a woman, but is willing to have it with a man. Cammy and her have sex, but it sounds like Nita's performing all the work. It was a lot that came with these people. I didn't know what the hell to do with them. But Cammy goes on a date with a black man, a handsome black man in Reading. It's hard to find black people in Reading. If you're from California, you understand. It's one of them sundown towns that word on the curb, allegedly, even though it's not so alleged, the KKK is there. All sorts of crazy things. So I was looking at this black man in Reading like, oh, you bold and you brave. You are very bold and very brave. But the date went well. The guy said he's a professional handcuffer. I was like, oh, go figure. Of course he is handcuffing people professionally. It did sound like it wasn't sexual. He did explain that he's just somebody who teaches people who are like going to the police academy or going into law enforcement how to handcuff. I was like, Cammy, I did not know it was a skill. But Cammy didn't seem to give a flying you know what about Trent and how he felt, being that that's her husband, because the producers were asking her, she's like, we're going to go home. Her and her date went home to where she shares a home with her husband and raised her kids, and her new girlfriend is there. She's going to bring this date home to fuck him. Now, when she said that they could have these solo adventures, thank you, Shada. I appreciate that. Please do. It does help. And shout out to the replay gang, those who watch when we're no longer live. I appreciate y'all, even from the bushes. I appreciate y'all. Lord. But she brings her date home. The producers are like, are you going to be quiet? Or is your husband going to hear you? She said, what's going to happen is we're going to go in the downstairs bedroom. I'm probably not going to be as loud as I normally would be in the bedroom, but, you know, there'll be some noise. It's one thing to step out on the husband, but you just gonna fuck somebody else downstairs while your husband and your woman are home? I don't know. Maybe I don't get it. I could never get into this, but I don't know. These are the faces I make watching, just me and the cat. Shayna said, this show sounds like a hot mess. It is. I've been on like, ever since I covered 90 Day Fiancé on TLC, I've kind of been, as Kiwan JTV would call it, in the basement of hell with TV, because I've been kind of fed up with Housewives and Bravo and stuff. I feel like a lot of networks have the same format for their shows, but can we get a different format and a little less ignorance? Because my God, I was taking notes like, how am I going to talk about this without getting in trouble or banned? Or I don't understand it. What's poppin', Kiwan JTV? I hope you had a good day. I hope your hair is twisted up. I know you look good, and I hope you feel good. I do. I appreciate you also for the comment. Kiwan JTV and me and James will be live tomorrow. You can watch it if you subscribe to Kiwan JTV. You can watch it on her channel. You can watch it on my channel. You can watch it on James's channel, or watch it best friends. But we will be having a live tomorrow where we just chat, have fun, acknowledge some things. So tap in. And then she just went live with Courtney, Miss Hell No. She just went live with her yesterday evening for their Healing Out Loud segment that they do once a month. Tap in, watch it. They do it once a month. Subscribe, ring the bell so that you can catch the next one. It really is a fun segment. They're my Louisiana cousins. They just scattered around. She said, hey, oh, you're almost done. Shout out to whoever's twisting your hair up. It's hard work. Last night, my braider was cracking up at y'all. I sent her your channel actually this morning because she texted me like, how can I subscribe? I said, look at God. Look at God. Oh, Lord. But yeah, Cammy is bold. She did not care how Trent felt about any of it. She told production, Trent will be fine. It's Nita I'm worried about. I said, the husband that you're with for 36 years monogamously is okay with you getting fucked and plucked and whatever else you doing in the bedroom by the Mandingo. I was not surprised to see her on a date with a black man, considering the fact that these white women, these melanin redacted women, are on television with braids honestly laid better than mine. Hell, Lord. I cannot. Now, while Cammy's on a date with the guy, Trent and Nita are at home getting busy, but he's making it seem like they have the best sex. And Nita, she said it's okay. She did say, I was hollering because Nita told the confessional, she said she's had better dick. She said she don't like dick, but she has had better dick than what Trent can offer. And it made me think maybe that's why Cammy wants to step out of the marriage, because it seems like they were leading prayer groups in church. These people were church-going people who are now in polyamory, right? And I'm like, how we get here? How did we get here, Deborah Koch? I need to know. And it seems like maybe Trent's not good in bed and Cammy is not satisfied, and that's why she moves around. I don't know. I'm just saying. QY says she's the birthday girl. LOL. Happy birthday. I love a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. Happy birthday to all of the Geminis. It's still our time. We got like 7 more days. I think we got 7 more days. But the world loves Geminis. Happy birthday to anybody who is a Gemini, though. I hope y'all enjoy your day. And Cancers are next. I love Cancers. I really do. I always get along well with Cancers. I don't care if you're a girl, a boy. I love a Cancer. I just do. They are next. But Cammy brings the man home, gets busy. Now we then get to see Nita preparing to go on her solo adventure. But Nita's solo adventure is in the house because Nita just got out of jail. She lives in the house that Cammy and Trent bought because they have good careers and were married. And I'm not judging Nita for this. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't give a fuck if I know her 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. I'm not trusting no meth head that I met at a swingers convention. I'm not trusting her alone in my house with some random bitch she met in jail. No. Like, I hate to sound mean or judgy, but I was kind of looking at Cammy and Trent like, y'all just gonna leave her alone in the house like this? Y'all couldn't let her have the yard and like make the she said into something nice that she could maybe do something with? Like, y'all just leaving her loose in the house with this person she met in jail? Very strange. But things go well with Nita and this person. They end up getting busy. It sounds like Nita just wanted to have touch. She kept talking about girl touch because she is a lesbian. She does not get that from Cammy. It sounds like Cammy will lay down and spread it open and let Nita do whatever she wants to her, but she's not returning the favor, eating the box. She's not doing any of that, which kind of throws me off a little bit because I'm like, how are you guys in a relationship if only 2 out of the 3 are attracted to each other? I don't quite understand this, but you know, maybe it's not for me to understand. Nita and Cammy do have a talk though, and Nita expresses that she wants to have more solo adventures because she is the one who's not getting her needs met. Cammy is getting fucked by Nita. Cammy's getting fucked by Trent. Cammy's getting fucked by the black handcuff guy. Cammy is getting dick and coochie in every direction that she could think of it. She could close her eyes and blink or sneeze, and she's got somebody servicing her. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, Trent's good. He's got 2 women he could sleep with, so he's taken care of. It's really just Nita, if I'm being fair, that is not getting her needs met because she's a lesbian. But I'm kind of looking at Nita like the way you guys described meeting each other. You described it as you told Trent, I want your wife, without confirming if the wife was actually a lesbian. Nita also said that she has a history of dating people who are straight women who she tries to turn into lesbians. And it's like, maybe you gotta stop. Hi, Linda. Welcome in. I appreciate you for showing love and support for this ignorant show. I appreciate you. Courtney says, shout out to the emotional ass Cancers. You know what? I feel like Geminis are similar to Cancers in that we can also be emotional. We just show it differently. But I will say this, just like a Gemini, a Cancer is really not bothering you unless you start with them first. A Cancer really not fucking with you unless you start with them first. Now, male Cancers are highly emotional. I can't stand them. It's called a part-time lesbian. I identify as well. You can do me, but I can't do you. That's fair. I've heard of it, but I'm just like, how does that work in a relationship? I understand a part-time lesbian and a part-time lover, but I'm just like, they talk about they're in a relationship, having commitment ceremonies. I need them to figure it out, but I am not mad at Cammy for just laying there. Absolutely not, because nobody knows the woman's body better than a woman until you've been with somebody as long as me, and then they just know all your all of you. But yeah, I feel like a woman definitely knows the body well. Cancer gang, Shayna is ready. Shayna is ready. You're a June Cancer, right, Shayna? I feel like she's a June Cancer. Yeah, I have a lot of July Cancers in my life, but I feel like you are a June Cancer. Tell me if I'm wrong. Happy Pride, everybody. We TV, you ain't right. Happy Pride to those who are part of the LGBTQIA plus community. If I'm forgetting letters, oh well, stop adding them. I love y'all anyway. But Lord help us. Why would We TV put this show on TV and air it during Pride Month? Because I feel like they low-key making the mockery of Pride. Because what? It's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. It'll work if they were like just seeing Nita when they went out for a fun booty call or something, but this is not something that will work long term whatsoever. 624. Okay, there are 2 June Cancers in my life. Shayna, I remembered because of something I saw on Instagram, and my best friend's daughter Elena. Her birthday is 4 days after yours, so I was like, those are the only June Cancers I know. I love a June Cancer. They're mellow as hell. Just don't try them. Oh, look at this. DM Rocks, you're a July Cancer. Your birthday's almost here also. Exactly 30 days away, actually. Happy early birthday to both of you. And hi. Happy Saturday. I know it is probably hot as hell in Southern California because it is hot as hell in Northern California. Lord help us. But Cammy and Nita kind of get into it because Cammy wants more, but Nita's worried that Cammy's going to grow like an emotional attachment to somebody else. You should have thought about that before you got with a lesbian woman and then refused to fuck her. I'm just saying, because they made it seem like in the first episode, like these people were like having the best sex. There were purple dildos and all sorts of stuff around. And then we find out that they don't. I guess it's just everything happening to Cammy in the bedroom. So I don't know what she's going through in menopause, but this lady is freaky. Good for her. But we will see what happens with these 2. We're going to move into the Yahweh crew, which is currently trending all over the internet, aka Nature Boy in Training, aka a cult in its beginning stages. If I had to think of the stages of readiness, y'all have probably heard this at work, is something psychology like to put into all of your work trainings. I would say that the Yahwehs, in terms of a cult, they are in preparation. They are definitely in preparation because I don't understand why they're trying to make it seem like this is a polycule when really it seems like the only person winning in the Yahweh crew is Yahweh Poetic. I can't. Oh no. Dorit's a Cancer. I'm sorry. We all, listen, Trump is a Cancer. Or a Gemini, and I'm a Gemini. I have to live with that. You know, I have to live with that. I do. I get it. Sometimes people we don't care for are Cancers. Her book is doing well, though. I saw that she made the New York Times bestseller list. Random. So somebody is reading the book. So good for Dorit because she needs the cash, child. She needs it. But getting it to the Yahweh crew, Yahweh Jasmine, Debosh, and Yahweh Maddie all go grocery shopping. We learn because they are feeding a household of 21 people. Sometimes I go to the bush and weep when I'm in Safeway grocery shopping with my husband. And I'm just like, why the fuck is Brent $6? Like, so I can imagine the headache of feeding 21 people, regardless of how stupid it is that they live their life this way, to feed 21 people in this economy. I want to cry for them. Oh, Erica is a Cancer. I could kind of see that. I could definitely see that. She's the same all the time until you piss her off. And that gives classic Cancer. You know what you get until you play with them. But these people are shopping for all of this food. Maddie is the one doing most of the cooking in the house. I said, Maddie, maybe that's why you're not pregnant, because your ovaries and uterus is always hot over a damn stove. Maybe that's part of what's going on. I don't know. But she's doing the cooking for 21 people in the house. Debosh is the original wife. They are in the grocery store, and Maddie ends up telling Debosh about the argument she had with Yahweh Poetic, how they almost broke up. They could not make peace about Yahweh Crystal. Listen, Maddie, you jealous of Yahweh Crystal, but Yahweh Crystal's mama is not for this life and may snatch her ass out of there, because Yahweh Crystal's mom's online trying to get the kids and threaten to legally try and take them from that household. Because as quiet as it's kept, that's not a safe environment for children if you're looking at it from the professional standpoint. Like, if I was the LPCC and I walked into that household to do a home visit, the way I would have been calling different agencies, how can we fix this? Can we get them on a safety plan? Like, what can we do? That's too many kids and not enough adults to watch those kids. That's really what my main concern is. But after telling them about the argument, Debosh knew nothing about it. Jasmine did know something about it, because you could tell that Yahweh Jasmine is kind of like the therapist of the group. And they're not making peace, because Maddie feels like Debosh is defending Poetic because she's been with him before any of them were around. She's also pregnant. And it really sounds like Yahweh Debosh, being that was her main man on her own, it looked like she probably really is not jealous at all. But for another woman, this could be difficult. Now, I understand in a polycule, they don't want to be getting jealous. And the more Maddie speaks about it, it does add to problems. But I do feel like what Maddie is saying is factual. He does seem to favor her if he's in the room all the time. Obviously, you have a favorite, sir. Just admit that you have a favorite. It would be impossible for you not to have a favorite if you look into how the brain works. So I don't understand why this is an argument. But Yahweh Jasmine's tiny ass starts crying. She is so small, y'all. She is short as hell. She was shorter than the shopping cart. But she starts crying. And I do feel like, Maddie, go home to New York. The women in New York be strong, okay? Some of them be, foolish. Like, everywhere has foolish people. But the women in New York overall seem to be strong. They seem to be strong. So I'm not understanding why she's doing this. Though at the end of this episode, we get to see Poetic and Maddie have a talk and they make peace, because she feels like she's less of a woman for not having a baby, and they talk it out and make peace and all of that. She needs to go home. God has not given you a baby, because maybe this is not the next person you're meant to have a baby by or with. The universe has a plan for us. Allow it to be. Stop trying to fight to have a baby, because you could have your baby, but then the baby you have, what if someone else gets pregnant again? Like, there's so many women, anybody could end up pregnant. So I just want Yahweh Maddie to go home. Just go home. I do agree with Poetic. This life is not for her. She's resisting it. She needs a traditional relationship, probably with a New York man. Okay, that's probably what she wants. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree. Dia Rock said, speaking of Dorit, she was on Watch What Happens Live. She said the only one who congratulated her on the book was Bose and no one else. But she is lying. I heard Kathy and Rachel did too. I also heard that Jennifer Tilly did as well. Dorit is a liar. This is all she does. Why would she expect anyone else on the cast to congratulate her book, considering how she treated them at that reunion? I think Dorita's saying that the fans still don't like her. And I think now she's going to try and find her way back to the cast, or she's trying to try and make it look like the cast doesn't support her. But Dorit gives me Janet from the Valley, just older. Like, why would anybody call you to congratulate you when you treated them like shit for a whole season? Like, what we doing, Doris? What we doing? What are we doing? But we're going to move into our new couple that they introduced. The newest couple they introduced was Becca, who is married to a guy named Jacob, but she's also engaged to a man named Davis. I said, huh? So they are in the type of a polycule where it is one person who is in multiple relationships. So Becca is in a marriage, that is separate and just her and her husband. And then she is also engaged to her fiance. It's just her and her fiance. Now, they all have a tattoo shop together. It looks like Becca and Jacob own the tattoo shop and are tattoo artists, and Davis, her fiance, is managing the shop right now. Davis says that he's straight, but he was born a woman. It's Pride Month. I'm not getting into all of this, but if you are technically biologically a woman and attracted to women, I don't think that makes you straight. To be straight is to be, I thought it was to be heterosexual and cisgender attracted to someone else who is heterosexual and cisgender. That's what I thought it was. But whatever the fuck, they have their stuff working for how they work. But Becca, Davis says he's straight, but is trans. He says he was born, I always confuse it, and I don't do it to be rude. I just genuinely confuse it. Like, please don't get mad at me for confusing some shit that is not natural. I can't help it. Shit. But Davis says he was born a woman. So Davis was originally born a woman. He has fully transitioned into being a man, and he is engaged to Becca. Becca says she is pansexual, so she is just attracted to whoever. And Jacob, her husband, who she's legally married to, says that he is pansexual, doesn't care the gender or any of that. He's just attracted to people based on, I guess, if he gets a vibe with them and things like that. Now, in their polycule, they all have the agreement that they can talk to different people romantically. So Becca's in a relationship with the two of them, but the two of them don't deal with each other. But then the three of them can all be dating and in relationships with other people. Just say y'all single, but paying bills together or something. Like, this is like becoming a joke. This is becoming a joke. And y'all gonna do this on Pride Month. This is not gonna help people take the LGBTQ community seriously. And I'm not saying that to be shady, but it's shit like this and people like this who make it hard for people to take that community seriously. This doesn't make sense. Has nothing to do with sexuality. You're telling me you're in a relationship with two people. You're already married, but you're engaged to be married to someone else because you can't legally be married to two people at a time. Doesn't sound like she plans on divorcing her husband. So this is just going to be like a marriage for play. Like, I don't understand. I have some friends I refer to as my baby mama, like just playfully. Like, that's what this is giving. I don't quite understand it. They try to make us think that this is legit and normal by saying they have a mortgage and all of their names are on the mortgage. Now, Jacob did express a little bit of discomfort with Davis. And Davis was kind of rude in the confessional about Jacob. Davis was like, I don't really care about him. I guess I should have got his permission. I'm concerned about me and Becca. You could say all you want, Davis, but that's Jacob's wife legally. Okay? If something happens to her, ain't nobody going to give a flying fuck about anything. Even if you're on the emergency contact list, they are calling Jacob before you, baby. Okay? And if you convince this woman to divorce her husband to be with you, obviously you see some value in the legal marriage and you don't need to be with her. I don't understand why these people are doing this. They all gave delusional, and they went out together as a trio, even though she's in two separate relationships. They went out together to celebrate her engagement to Davis because she wants Jacob to feel included because that's her husband and she loves him. But you can't make your husband feel included or good when you're trying to entertain other people. This never gonna work out that way. It's not. But there's a lot of bullshit in this little polycule. Their tattoo business apparently is not doing well. Davis and Jacob are not close, but Jacob is the owner and Davis is an employer or the employee. It seems like they're not that close, and the tattoo business is at risk of failing. They have no other money. They started this tattoo shop. I guess it's their first independent venture. Instead of just being the artist in the shop that like rents a booth. They don't understand anything outside of the art. Jacob is like, I'm not worried about the money. I just want a tattoo. And Davis was making some good points because he said he has a corporate background. He comes from corporate America, and he probably understands like expenditures more, P&L reports, things like that. And he's telling them like, we need to charge more, do walk-in days, stop discounting people so we can make money. If the business failed, they're all out of a job because Davis is no longer in corporate America. Jacob says all he knows is art, and Becca is kind of the same way. I don't understand why Davis is choosing to be stubborn with the ideas. I think it's because you have too many people fucking on each other, working with each other. This is why they say you don't shit where you eat. It's becoming problematic. I hope that they figure it out, but it's looking like these people gonna have some financial problems, okay? They are gonna have some serious financial problems. Now, the final people we're gonna talk about for this episode is Marley and Bri. I knew I had a right to be afraid of Bri. Bri scared me. Something about Bri is off. But they're having a pool party where all of their PGs, aka potential girlfriends, there's no way this many pretty girls wants them. They look like they stank, Marley and Bri. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. I don't care. It's like putting a wig and lipstick on a pig, baby. I said it. Sue me, cancel me. I don't give a fuck. I ain't got shit no way. I feel like they stank. I just do. They have all these girls coming to their house, and we see Dre, who was on a date. We see Key, who we saw in the first episode, and it looks like Dre ends up getting into it at the pool party because Dre's very talkative. It looked like Marley was really cupcaked up with Dre, and I think that Bri was getting jealous of it, but didn't want to quite say that. Bri decides she wants to tell all the girls, let's play a game. And I'm like, why are you changing the vibe, trying to make everybody feel like they being ran? Like, honestly, the way Bri moves, I'm sorry, Bri, and I hope you see this. You ain't got no game. You don't have no type of game. You are not player and keeping it cute with these girls. Nobody is going to want you, for real, when you're talking to them this aggressively. Go pimp a hoe. Or go get a job at a strip club as security or something, making sure the bitches is on check or picking up all their dollars. But the way that she's talking to these girls is like, she's trying to show them like, y'all don't mean shit. You gonna be me and my females. It's given they want like a little sex doll or a sex friend versus like to be in a actual polyamorous relationship. Like Bri and Marley can go. They're extremely disingenuous. I feel like they just putting on for the camera, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Every time Bri come in the camera, she be, no. It's like, why are you doing that? You're fucking corny. Stop. You're corny. But they get into it because Bri didn't like that Marley did not defend her. When Dre stuck up for herself, she was like, no, I'm going to do what I want. Because who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I didn't understand it. And Bri ends up asking Marley. She gets sick of Dre because Dre did have an attitude and was coming a little hard, but so did Bri. And Bri looks at Marley and it's like, so what we gonna do about this bitch and her disrespect? I'm like, why are you looking at her and asking that? And Marley is concerned because she feels like people look for stability when they look into coming into polyamory, which I can understand that because then you have more people to help with bills, more people to help with food, housing, things like that. But girl, like, what? Why you acting like that? So, you know, Marley tries to calm Bri down, but Bri damn near kicked her away, ran out to the front yard. Marley came out there and was trying to make peace, but it just was not working out. So she ended up shutting the party down. And because she had a fear that Bri would scare the women off, but they end up sleeping in separate rooms, which according to them, they never do. And it's supposed to be a big deal. And then for whatever reason, Marley's divorce comes up. Now, Marley finally said what we've all been knowing, which is the fact that she still has feelings for her ex-husband. You still have feelings for your ex-husband. And she said that. If you still have feelings for your ex, you need to be honest with Bri about that. But at the same time, this is why I tell people all the time, just because somebody's separated and not with their spouse, if somebody took the energy to get legally married, they cared enough to do a lot. They cared enough to do a lot, change their name, file paperwork with the state. So you may be around and think you have love, but if a person want to be divorced, they'll be divorced. So it seems like the divorce is a problem. And Bri pretty much gives Marley an ultimatum and says, either you file for divorce or me and you ain't going to fuck with each other like that. Marley's all mad, stomping all over the house. And Honestly, I feel like Marley was going to try and get her little escapades and like her whole phase out. And then I feel like Marley's going to go home to her husband. The fact that she still has feelings for the husband, I also think that's why Marley's family is not accepting of this life. Not only are they embarrassing and doing it in like an overly sexual way, but the fact that you have feelings for your husband still after 17 years, go home, Marley. Or put Bri out and let your man come home. Okay? You want to be on a polyamory show? You should have been on this show trying to get back with your husband and be in a relationship with Bri as well. But it's not going to work because Bri is one of them studs who thinks she a man but don't want to be one. Okay? So I feel like having a man around might threaten her. She may not be into it like that. But obviously Marley still loves her husband. I would love to know more about that. I care more about Marley's storyline than I do Bri, if that makes sense. Like, Marley does put on for the cameras too, but I feel like she's more likable and tolerable than Bri is. Bri just seems mean and like she got with a vulnerable woman who was probably going through a hard time in her marriage, took advantage of that, and is now trying to pull other people into it. I feel like Bri's intentions are less pure, but I feel like Marley deserves the time to figure it out if it's legit. That's just my opinion. Hello, delightful Dawn. Happy Saturday, my darling. I hope you are doing well. Y'all, that is really all that happened though for this episode of This Is Poly. This was my review for season 1, episode 3. Let me know how you guys feel. Feel free to comment your opinion. I am probably going to keep doing This Is Poly either in the early afternoon or in the evening around this time because that is easier for me in my schedule. Let me know of the times that work for you guys as well. But other than that, I am going to end this live. We're going to, in a few minutes, have our live for Love After Lockup. And then I also uploaded my review for The Valley. I was supposed to get that out on Thursday, but I've been late. So that is up as well. But other than that, love and light to all of you beautiful people. I hope y'all have a good day. Shout out to the replay gang. And I'll see y'all next time.